football as the Tigers and Union get ready to hook it up in game number 2 of this 2019 season. Spav, offensive line, defensive line play up front, that's going to be huge.
Oh, it's going to, especially in a game like this, because, you know, Union ran the ball for 335 yards last week, so we know that they can run the ball very well. But I tell you what, from last week, you know, we know Andrew Vanger's going to play well, we know Trevor's going to play well, but I tell you what, I was impressed with our 2 guard play with Adam Yancey and Ryan Chapman. I just really felt like they were the difference makers of our offensive line. We thought losing some offensive linemen that we would be weaker, but I tell you what, these just did a job last week. I really thought they did.
And last season against Union, Spav, that offensive line was huge, 33-10 win, and it was just ground and pound all game long.
Yeah, and you know, we just controlled you know, the possession time all night long. I tell you, the D-line is going to be really, you know, like we were talking about line play. That's going to be a huge issue as well, because, you know, we're fairly young there as well. But the thing is I felt like during the game last week, we started playing a lot better. We started settling down and playing more at the same level. You know, there was a time where we just shot way up in the air, and then we created running lanes. So I really felt like we did a better job there. Now, we have to be able to pressure this quarterback. I don't think their offensive line has been as good as it has been. Therefore, I really feel like we have the edge here on the D-line. One thing that we're going to need to do defensively, too, is with our outside linebackers. You know, they were in pretty good position last week, but we were we got to make plays, though. We've got to tackle better. We've got to make plays on the perimeter, because Union is a perimeter running team.
One of the stars of the Tiger defense last week, Miles Slusher, the senior standout, committed to Oregon, 5.5 tackles, huge interception, ran back to the house. What did he do well?
Injured. He was injured as well. You know, he sprained his ankle pretty good. But I tell you, the greatest thing he did is he's around that football all the time, and he is a tackler. He is there all the time. He's a sure tackler in open space, and those are hard to find. Kids that can make tackles like that in open space. He always leads our team, and he's one of our top defensive tackling person that we have in the whole team.
When you think about the Tiger offense, it's the quarterback, Jake Raines, 9 of 10. What a debut last week for his first start.
I just felt like he controlled the whole offense. He let everybody do what they needed to do, and he just ran it, controlled it, and was just flawless. I really thought he was flawless. 9 of 10. You know, that's unbelievable, you know, and you think about that. You think also, passing the ball, we were 15.4 yards per attempt. Now, that's unbelievable, because if you think about it, if you can win that battle, you're going to win 83% of your games if you can win that battle.
Right.
And they were 2.6, so it was unbelievable what he did.
One of Raines' big targets last week, Torrey Dillard, senior, who just moved in from Union before the start of the season. 2 big touchdown catches for Warren. Hey, let's go down to Ryan. Ryan.
Yeah, Charlie, when we talk about Torrey Dillard, number 1 wide receiver out there, not only was he a key player for the Tigers, is he going to be this week, but last week at Mansfield, man, 2 touchdown receptions. And, man, I'll tell you what, this will also be the first time for him back on Union-Tuttle field, not in a Union uniform. Last year was on that Union squad. Over the summer, he and his family moved over to Broken Arrow and transferred over there. Man, competed well in his 7-on-7 this summer, and then tonight, and we're going to see him, just like you said, be a key wide receiver and also handle some of those punt and kick returns for the Tigers. So definitely be someone key to look out for, a target for Raines tonight.
Ryan, thank you.
And that's nice to have Torrey involved in our offense, because you know, Isaiah Keller is always going to do a great job.
About time for the national anthem here at Union-Tuttle Stadium. Both teams are on the field, so we'll pause. Starting lineups and the coin toss after this. You're listening to Broken Arrow Football.
My kids had just recovered from being sick, and I found myself sick. And it was time for me to get the care that I needed, and I didn't want to get the kids out of the house, so I used St. John On Demand.
St. John Clinic On Demand is our innovative 24/7 virtual care clinic. It's accessible from your phone, from a tablet, or from your computer anytime.
I registered for the appointment on my phone and visited with a provider and had a prescription called in for me all within an hour.
So the type of patient that would use this service is someone that has a minor illness. Angela's case is a perfect use of our services. We came to her in her time of need versus her having to come for us.
St. John On Demand is such a great alternative to loading the kids up, getting them to the doctor's office, waiting in the waiting room. So now I'm healthy, my kids are healthy, and I will definitely use St. John On Demand again.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordVA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and then price and online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordVA.com. Only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy, and every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Just a reminder, there'll come a time that they can no longer share a bedroom. That's why we have a complete array of home loans. So that dream of more space can come true. Right on time. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see the whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at Get.
Welcome back to Union-Tuttle Stadium. Charlie Hannema, Steve Spav, and Ryan Wyckoff with you here as the #1 Tigers get ready to take on #4 Union. Broken Arrow won the toss and will kick off. The Tigers will defend the south goal. As far as wind, there's a little. The streamers are dancing a little bit. Wind out of the south, the American flag gently waving, you could say.
Yeah.
But the heat is the story to watch on the weather here tonight. Tyler Crawford will kick things for Broken Arrow. He had 5 touchbacks out of his 7 kickoffs last week. One of those was returned for 100 yards and a touchdown. Tigers try to clean that up a little bit tonight.
We will. You learn a lot from your first game. You know what we'll see out of Union offensively, we'll see them in 11 personnel, or a 1 back, a tight end with 1 tight end. And they do kind of unique. They take the tight end off the line of scrimmage, they move them around, shuffle them around. So You're going to see a lot of different types of formations here tonight.
Tyler Pearson and A.J. Green are back to return for Union, both of them speedsters. Pearson is committed to the University of Kansas, which at last check was still technically a Division I institution. Ronnie Robinson's crew has blown it in, and Tyler Crawford's kick is on the way. It's a driving low kick, bounced the 12, and it will hop over A.J. Green's head and into the end zone, right off the end in Union. So touchback for the Tigers, and Union will start 1st and 10 at the 20.
And this is how you start field position right here. You know, it's going to be tough, you know, defensively because, you know, Union's going to obviously do some things different than they've done, that they've shown on film. So, you know, these first 12 plays are pretty crucial for our defense to see what we can do.
J.D. Geneva is the Union quarterback. 6'2", 201-pound senior, 19 of 25 for 289 yards and 5 touchdowns last week. Union goes with a 4-receiver set on 1st and 10. Motion. It's a toss play, jet sweep to Kyler Pearson. He's going to be hit by Miles Slusher and thrown down for a loss.
See, that's what we were talking about, perimeter play. Even though he's a safety, you know, he came down and we were working on some man coverage, and he came up there and did a great job. Looks like they're tempoing here.
Geneva quick to the line. This time a 3-receiver look. He's going to pass, has a man out of the backfield. That's caught. Green outside the numbers on the far side. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage almost before he's brought down by Isaiah Keller. So give him 4, maybe 5. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Great tackling. I tell you what, the pursuit, the tackling was unbelievable right there. And that's exactly what we have. So it's 3rd and 10. Force them to throw the ball, doing something they don't want.
And it's a 3 and out for Broken Arrow.
Perfect. Had great coverage on the back end. D-line put a lot of pressure on him. And then we're spying Zeno down there, and he just made a great open field tackle. You can't draw that up any better.
Stephen Forbes will punt for Union. Torrey Dillard is back to return for Broken Arrow. He's standing at his 44-yard line. Officially, it's 4th and 11. And now there's a flag before the snap, and we'll back it up 5 because Union moved early.
Yeah, Union came out in pregame and all red, and they showed up and they changed their whole entire uniforms for this game. I think it's backfiring on them.
It's now 4th and 16 from the 14. Forbes with his heels right on the goal line. The punt is almost blocked. Great pressure by Keller. Dillard will call for a fair catch and make it at his own 49-yard line.
Great pressure.
So good field position to start for Broken Arrow early. Jake Raines will lead this Tiger offense out, as we mentioned. 9 of 10, 162 yards passing last week in his first game as a starter. 3 touchdowns, 1 to Isaiah Keller from 30 yards out, a 32-yard strike, and a 29-yard strike to Torrey Dillard. 10-11 to go opening quarter. First offensive play, and Tigers are going to have to substitute out Jake Raines, something with his uniform, with his helmet there. And so Seth Dodd will come in on first down. This is interesting. Pre-snap twister.
See, we've already changed the front.
Dodd is under center. Seth Dodd takes the snap, hands off to Jalen Johnson, makes the first man miss in the backfield, but right back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Gabriel Ford on the stop for Union.
Now, Union's going to run the 3-4 defense, so they're pretty active. Their linebackers play downhill quite a bit, real fast.
Big fellow in the middle. Yeah, big fellow in the middle, number 94, Mason Gibbons, 6'3", 300 pounds. So he'll take up some space in there. Jake Raines is back in at quarterback. He's under center. Double tight single receiver to the right. Handoff up the middle. It's Jalen Johnson. Has a seam. Picks up a few inside Union territory to the 46-yard line.
Well, and that was the safety making the tackle, and that's what's going to hurt them is if they don't fit the run right, it's hurt them because those safeties going to play out the quite a bit. Coach Wilkinson's going to play action and throw it over their head here in a minute.
3rd and 5 coming up for Broken Arrow. The Tigers last week 7 of 12 on 3rd down, 58%. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Jake Raines out of the gun.
They're putting pressure on us.
And now there's a flag before the snap. And Union is lined up in the neutral zone. So this is almost a first down. It might be a first down. They're going to move it. First down, Tigers.
That's just being undisciplined right there.
I mean, you like to pick up first downs on 3rd downs with the hard count, but that was just lining up in the zone. There wasn't even a hard count.
Yeah, they were going to put a lot of press man on us, and just kind of backfired.
So now it's a First National Bank first down, 1st and 10 from the Union 40. Raines under center, brings Keller in motion, gives it to him on the end around, and he's going to shake off one man. Now still on his feet, far side. Nice job by Keller to string that out into something because he was hit behind the line and turned it into a gain of 3 or 4.
You know, if we just get that one seal, that's a pretty good play because he's motioned the Z receiver over, and we're totally unbalancing the line and trying to run the perimeter over there and see. We've got more bodies than them, but we just didn't quite seal that perimeter.
Gain of 3 at 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line. Raines goes back under center this time, twins to the left. Takes a snap, handoff Johnson, trying to find something. Good pressure by Union. It was Micah Walker, the middle linebacker, coming and filling that one real quick.
Yeah, their Willie linebacker lost their helmet, so Micah Walker, so they're playing with the second team linebacker right here in 3rd down and long.
So first official 3rd down of the game for the Tigers. 3rd and 7 from the Union 37-yard line. 3 receivers set for the Tigers, 2 left, 1 right. Raines looks back to the sideline now, ready to go. Calls for the snap. Drops back, has time, going deep down the far side, has a man almost hauled in. He was looking for Isaiah Keller. Almost a great circus catch. It'll be 4th and 7 from the 37, so probably time to go for it here.
Well, I tell you what, Union's been really suspect, from their last game because they played, like I told you earlier, they played 4 corners in their last game. If you got to play 4 corners, you're unsure of that position. That's one of the most crucial positions on the field.
7:36 to go, opening quarter, no score. Tigers going for it on 4th and 7 from the Union 37-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Jake Raines out of the gun with Jalen Johnson to his right. Raines calls for the snap, sets up. Ball's knocked free, and it's a fumble recovered by Union. Micah Walker recovers, and so Union takes over.
They brought him off the edge. They brought the Willie linebacker off the edge, and he just beat our left tackle and just reached out and put his hand on the ball as he was throwing the football.
First turnover of the season for the Tigers, and Union will take over at its own 41-yard line. Union offense back on the field. J.D. Geneva moves his H-back. It's a handoff to A.J. Green, left side. Campbell Yeager trying to chase him down. Slusher comes up from safety and knock him out of bounds. Gain of a couple.
You gotta love Slusher, the way he makes open field tackles. I tell you, he's unbelievable at that. He is always around the football.
They'll give him just a yard on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Geneva calmly out of the gun, waiting for the snap low. Gives it to A.J. Green straight ahead. He'll get another yard or 2 to the 43.
Yeah, just running a basic zone play in here. You know, they're not doing anything really fancy or anything unusual right now. They got the Y off, and they're moving him around.
3rd and 7 for Union. Ball is at the Union 44-yard line. Motion right to left, and another flag coming in from the head linesman, and there's a false start. Now another flag from Ronnie Robinson out of the backfield. So we'll see, we might have 2.
Snap infraction.
Second penalty of the game for Union already. Check that 3rd penalty for Union in the game.
Third. They're just...
We're not even halfway through the first quarter. 6:47 to go in the first. It's 3rd and 12.
You can't do that in games like this. I'm telling you, penalties really escalate the game. Gets it right out of hand.
Geneva trying to organize his troops. You go motion left to right of Kyler Pearson. And that's another false start because the right guard's moving all over the place.
He stood up.
Yeah, Alex Slaughter is trying to say something to Ronnie Robinson, and Pearson went in motion. He just stood up. So back him up 5 more. It'll be 3rd and 17.
Man. See, that just plays into us on field position. This is great. They're frustrated. Union is frustrated right now. We have a lot of confidence in our defense.
Union's coach, Kirk Frederick, prides himself on discipline. He's going to be hopping mad over there on that home sideline. Low snap to Geneva on 3rd and 17. He's under pressure. He's going to be hit and sacked. Brought down by Jalen Moss.
Great pressure. Great pressure. Having Zeno in there too just really added some pressure. It was a great call by Coach Travis Hill on that. Just putting pressure on him, brought him up, chased him down. Great coverage.
First sack of the year for Jalen Moss. It brings up 4th and 20. Torrey Dillard back to return for the Tigers. He's waiting at his 35-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the Union 31. Forbes takes the snap, calmly ahead. Right-footed, strong punt, spiraling into the wind. Dillard goes back, makes a fair catch behind him at the 27. 6:28 to go, first quarter. No score. Broken Arrow with the ball when we come back. This is Broken Arrow football.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy, and every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Takes the snap, hands off to Jalen Johnson. Johnson trying to power it through. Not much there, maybe to the 29, gain of 2.
It's just a story of 2 defenses right now. And here this early, you got 2 good offenses actually, and things are going to open up as we go. Like we said, you got to survive these first few series because everybody has something planned for you.
2nd and 8 coming for the Tigers here. Ball at the 29-yard line. Jake Raines, play fake, turns, looking, firing. He's got Keller deep. Keller hauls it in at the 40, still on his feet across the 35, inside the 30. A First National Bank first down and a huge gain for the Broken Arrow offense.
And see, that's the backside corner. And here again, that's where they've been having issues. See, those safeties are playing downhill so hard that you have no safety help in the back end. You got to rely solely on your corners, and that just shows you how valuable that position is, and they're uncertain at it.
It's a 42-yard gain for the Tigers' longest pass of Jake Raines' career. 1st and 10 BA at the Union 29. Flag before the snap again. Somebody flinched on the Broken Arrow offense.
I don't think anybody knew it either.
Let's go down to Ryan. He was taking an eye at Miles Slusher on the sideline. What'd you see with Slusher? Come back to Ryan in a minute. Maybe he's having a little trouble with his headset down there with all the commotion. He said they were taping up Slusher, but he appears to be good to go. So we'll keep our eye on him as that one continues. 1st and 15. Tigers now at the Union 34-yard line. Raines hands it off to Corey Williams. Tries to bounce it outside. He's got a little bit of a seam, but not much. Late flag comes in on the Tigers. I think there's going to be a hole there. That play was contained quite well by this Union defense.
It was an interesting play to begin with. It was like we sealed and we bounced the thing. We hit out inside and we bounced. Really back.
Popped for a hold by Ronnie.
Instead of another play action over those corners. Get those safeties downhill. We got to get those safeties playing normal.
Kewan Tolbert checking in at tailback for the Tigers. Here's Jake Raines out of the gun. 3 receivers right. Handoff is to Tolbert. He's got a seam across the 40. Be brought down at about the 37.
It's a great play. What we did, we had trips to the field there, and what we did is we just snuck backside guard up in there, and they were a man short because the guy was displaced out and couldn't make a play. Great call.
4:10 to go here in this first quarter. It's 2nd and 17, Broken Arrow. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Jake Raines.
That pressure coming.
Handoff to Tolbert, and he's met immediately by Josh Peoples.
Well, you know, they're doing a lot of movement up front, too. You know, we have to understand we hadn't faced this movement. It's a different story right now because they're moving, they're blitzing, they're doing some things that are not quite normal. You have to practice it. That's hard.
3rd and 20 coming up here. Union fans trying to make a little noise on the home side. Great crowd here at Union-Tuttle Stadium. The visitor side is almost packed. And it's got to be hot over there. Those folks are still in the sun. 3rd and long for the Tigers. Jalen Johnson moves from left to the right side of Jake Raines, and there's a delay of game, I think, going to be called here. So, Spav, both teams have had a little trouble executing here in this first quarter.
Yeah, you know, and I kind of thought this would happen because everybody played fairly flawless, you know, the first game. But when you play an intense game like this, you know, the penalties are really crucial.
It's 3rd and 25 now. 4 receivers for the Tigers. Raines, handoff up the middle to Jalen Johnson, tries to bounce it back inside the hashes. He'll get inside the 40 to 37 or so, where it'll be 4th and long.
That was a great cut, too. He just, good thing, I mean, they had a shoelace on him or he was taking off.
Tyler Crawford and the punting will come on at the Tigers. Try to pin Union deep here.
Now, this would be great if we could do that.
Crawford had 27 punts last year, got 8 of them down inside the 20 last week. Just had to punt one time for 34 yards. Pearson's going to stand at his 10. Crawford, left-footed boot is a high end-over-end kick, and Pearson will make the fair catch at his 12. So Broken Arrow pins Union inside the 20, but obviously not the end of the drive that the Tiger offense wanted.
Redskins fans, remember to check in on iPad to earn points for some great prizes. Download the iPad from the App Store or Google Play.
2:29 to go here in the first quarter. Union will start at its own 12-yard line. Charlie Spav and Ryan Wyckoff with you here from Union-Tuttle Stadium. Last time we'll be here in this configuration, they're going to start knocking down the home side after the season and do a rebuild. J.D. Geneva takes the snap, hands off to A.J. Green. He's trying to find something. He'll scamper across the 15 to the 16 for a gain of about 4.
Brings up 2nd and 6 for Union. Miles Slusher on the side for the Tigers.
Slusher's kind of hurting a little bit here.
Yeah, Slusher, man, is limping. They're trying to keep him in ship shape, and he's struggling. Bryce Machoda is in at the other safety. Didn't get to play in the opener with back injury, but he is playing. Geneva takes the shotgun snap, firing, looking for a man. It was John Edwards. Williams broke it up for the Tigers.
He was hurting a little bit.
Mason Garrett will replace Slusher on this 3rd and 6. Geneva looking back to the sidelines, waiting for the play. Richie Ropey, the offensive coordinator, standing right in front of the play chart down there. 3rd and 6 coming here. Geneva out of the gun, going to keep it himself, and that's going to go nowhere. Swallowed up by the Tiger defense, and Union's going to have to punt again.
Yeah, Yeager sniffed that thing out. I tell you what, it is so nice to have a returning starter at the middle linebacker. People don't know how crucial that is. He played so well as a junior. And he's continuing it as a senior.
Stephen Forbes comes on to punt the 2nd time.
Here comes field position becomes an issue again. This is so important. I keep harping on it. Golly, we got greater chances. You got a greater chance to win when you have great field position like this.
Punt from Forbes is away toward the Tigers sideline. It will hit and not be returned. It'll go out of bounds at the Broken Arrow 48. So good field position again here for the Tigers. Broken Arrow pins Union deep, and defense holds 3 and out, and we'll see if the Tiger offense can crack the code here.
That's what we need. I mean, we need to be able to throw the football here. I think the whole key to us right now is establish the pass, and then our run will open up because we're having difficulty running the ball right now.
1:01 to go, first quarter, 1st and 10 from the Union 47 Reigns. Hands off to Jalen Johnson across the 50 he goes. Stayed low, tried to scamper for more, and he gets all the way to the 46. So nice gain on first, and it'll be 2nd and short.
That was just a great, we just ran that inside power, and we just had one more man than they did. They were a man short. Couldn't handle it. It was a great run by the running back. He's feeling it. He's finding the opening.
2nd and 3 coming here from the 46. Reigns under center, I formation behind him. Give us to Johnson across the 45, hit driven back. Michael Walker with a nice hit on Johnson, but enough for a First National Bank first down.
See, but that's the safety is what I'm telling you about. That safety's coming down that fast and that hard. We're going to open up a play action over top of it because their corners are weak.
That's going to end the first quarter after 12 minutes here at Union-Tuttle Stadium. No score. Back with the second after this. This is Broken Arrow football.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy, and every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
Ready for the second quarter here from Union-Tuttle Stadium. No score. Total yards in the first quarter. Broken Arrow 72, Union 4. So Tigers have moved the ball. Broken Arrow has it. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line of Union.
And I tell you what, that's impressive because, you know, putting the 624 yards of total offense last week to 4 right now, that's a huge difference.
Arian Horn, the Tiger tailback for the first time tonight. Raines goes under center. Takes a snap, gives to Horn. Horn, nice gain here on first down, almost to the 35. Just shy of the 35. Nice gain for Horn.
Absolutely. Great job on first down efficiency, because that's just running the old split zone there. Controlled the line of scrimmage. And the tailback cut it back just perfectly.
Horn will check out. Jalen Johnson back in at tailback for Broken Arrow. Second down and 3 coming here from the 35-yard line. Single receiver left and right. Raines under center, play fake. He's going to pass down the far side, near side, looking for Torrey Dillard. Almost caught. Good coverage, though, from Union.
Almost got it from behind the shoulder. The back shoulder catch.
Not a bad throw. It was just covered.
No, I just think, yeah, that was a good call. That's something you need to do when you're second short. You know, second and 3 at that point. That could be a waste down. So now we've got 2 downs to get 3 yards. So a very efficient call by Coach Wilkinson.
We're having some trouble with our scoreboard traffic. I've been watching on ArrowVision. We're hoping to fix that as fast as we can, but we're trying. 3rd and 3 here, 11:20 to go. And a flag comes in as Broken Arrow. There's all sorts of discombobulated there. Everybody was on one count except for the center.
Well, we're right on the 40. We're still classified as red zone, so this still is 2 downs to get 8.
Fourth penalty of the game for Broken Arrow compared to just 1 last week. 3rd and 8 from the Union 40. Raines gives to Jalen Johnson. Straight ahead, he's going to be brought down by Mason Gibbons. So it's going to be 4th and 7 from the 40.
Yeah, they're favoring that tight end side on us. You know, we run that power.
And wearing these anti uniforms, and the sweat is starting to soak through those. You can tell just how hot it is.
Oh, yeah.
Now on this turn. Kyler Pearson's back to return. Crawford will try and pin him deep again. Last time he got it down to the 12. Union's punt block stands up, tries to fluster the Tigers. They only almost got it. Crawford gets the punt away. Pearson calls for a fair catch, slides and makes it at the 11-yard line. So Crawford pins him deep again, and Broken Arrow continues to control this field position battle as we wait for one of the offenses to break through.
We just need to, and time will come. When you get a game like this, it's going to take some time.
Union just 4 yards of offense in 9 plays. Tigers controlling the time of possession, 9:35 to 4:18. Still no score though, 10:07 to go, second quarter. Geneva moves his H-back left to right, fakes. Looking deep, that's Pearson he's looking for, and it's overthrown, incomplete. Pearson was there, but the pass just a little too strong.
Well, we got to put some pressure on the quarterback now. We have too much time to throw the football. I realize it's a play-action pass, but we've got to be able to accelerate on the quarterback because that was a deep post-go type route. So that took a long time to develop.
2nd and 11 coming up here for Union. 2nd and 10. I don't know how they got it 2nd and 11. 2nd and 10 from the 11. Now we're good. Geneva back to pass. Screen pass, dumps it off. It's caught but swallowed up. Adonis Ballard on the tackle, and that one's going to lose a yard or two. It was J.R. Smith they hit, but nice play.
I tell you, we are so good corner type play with those guys. Unbelievable. Actually, he's a safety, but we're so good on the perimeter tackle.
3rd and 11. 9.5 to go, second quarter. Still goose eggs on the scoreboard. Geneva out of the gun. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to have to run here. Campbell Yeager wraps him up, spins him down. Short of the line to gain, so it's going to be another 3 and out for this Broken Arrow defense.
Great job. There again, we 3rd and long, we did put pressure on the quarterback. Stepped up, and Yeager was spying on him and just made a great tackle. That's one thing we can do. I keep stressing it, I keep pointing it out, but we are great open field tacklers.
4 drives for Union, 3 outs. Formation for Union. Torrey Dillard will wait for it.
Movement.
At his own 46, and a flag comes in before the snap.
He's got to be on the line of scrimmage. It's off.
So they'll back it up a little more. You get this close to the goal line, Spav, you think about bringing the heat maybe?
Oh, yes. I tell you what, there's got to be something that's going to trigger, the scoring in this game. Because right now, the 2 defenses are playing well. But right now, with this field position, I would take a chance and go for it. Now, he'll probably, what Coach Holt will probably do is hold him up. We used to call it Jesse James, where you hold up the people pressuring the ball. It gives your punt returner some room. He makes one person miss, and he's got some room to run.
4th and 9 from the 12-yard line. Here comes Stephen Forbes. Let's go down to Ryan quickly.
Yeah, earlier I talked to the wide receivers coach, Alex Cochran, and one of the things that he told me whenever talking about Torrey coming into this game was about the confidence he had. Let's go back to this punt here.
Punt is away. It looks like it's not going to be returned. So down to the 47. That's where Broken Arrow will take over. Ryan, go ahead and finish.
Yeah, I just asked him, I said, coming back to Union for the first time, I said, how has that affected him? How is his demeanor? And the only word that Coach Cochran used was confident. And so, I expect to see, if he does get a shot to take one of those punts back and make a man miss, I think he's going to try his best to do it.
Ryan, thanks. Coach Alexander used the term professional when he talked about Torrey handling what can be some nerves, getting ready to come back here to his old stomping ground. They actually spotted the ball at the 50, so 1st and 10 from the 50 for Jake Raines and the Tigers. 8:24 to go, second quarter. out of the gun. Hands off to Jalen Johnson, waiting. Has a seam, spins off the first man. Nice vision there to wait for it. He gets across the 45 to the 44.
That was just great effort right there. You hit at the line of scrimmage and you end up gaining 6. That's impressive. That's a good run.
Union's got a player with a helmet issue, so he's going to have to come off. Those gray and red numbers aren't the easiest to see from up high. There's a linebacker that's off. 2nd and 4 coming here. Trips left for the Tigers. Reigns takes the snap, gives to Jalen Johnson. Johnson still churning those feet, trying to get down to the 40. He's going to be short of the line to game. It's going to be 3rd and real short.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 1. Okay, now, you know, to Coach Wilkinson, we're in 4-down territory, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him, you know, play action and throw that ball and get a quick score. But there again, you know, people think twice. You can still just get the first down and then go on from there.
3rd and 1, 41. 7:50 to go, 2nd quarter, no score. Reigns under center. Takes the snap. Hands off to Tolbert. Tolbert is not going to get there. Jacob Rogers, one of the middle linebackers, the first man in on that tackle, and it'll be 4th and about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, those backers play downhill really fast, I'm telling you. And the safeties, that's kind of why I thought play action might get them.
Crawford will come on, and Coach Alexander is content to play this field position battle, and his defense has played so well.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need a field position swap here and give Union any momentum. So Crawford on to punt, Pearson back to return again for Union.
I mean, they only have 10 yards. Oh, there we go, first down.
Movement before the snap, and somebody on Union jumped into the zone. So the Tigers pick up a First National Bank first down via penalty.
Yeah, that was Michael Walker.
You don't see a lot of hey,
this is where you get it. But what's funny is when you're down in that area, you should be in punt safe.
Sure.
I mean, your defense should be playing for fake, so you're not rushing.
Tigers at the Union 36 yard line. 6:45 to go, first half, no score. Reigns takes the shotgun snap, gives to Jalen Johnson, right side, trying to pulling the block. 77 Burkhardt Spire, and that one didn't go very much. It didn't go anywhere forward. It went side to side, but maybe a half yard at best.
I tell you, I don't know if the heat's getting Micah Walker for Union or what. You know, they got their backup Willie Backer in there.
6:10 to go, first half, no score. Reigns out of the gun on 2nd and 10. And a flag before the snap as somebody was off kilter for the Tigers. Ronnie Robinson's crew has been busy, but none of them have been judgment calls yet. It's all been false starts or snap infractions or offsides. There's only so much those guys can do.
I know, it's just our timing. The timing on both teams is completely off.
Fifth penalty of the game for Broken Arrow. 2nd and 15 coming here from the 41-yard line. Inside 6 minutes to go, first half, no score. Reigns claps his hands, takes the snap, gives to Johnson. Johnson's going to be hit immediately by Mason Gibbons, and he's lucky to get back to the line. It's going to be 3rd and 15.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're cross-facing us. They're doing a lot of movement in there. We're having trouble targeting our the defensive line. They're moving so much.
Tigers 0 for 4 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 15 here. 4 wide for the the Tigers, 3 left, 1 right. Raines drops back, looking to his left side, slips. He's going to be sacked. Brought down by Michael Walker. Came on the blitz and sacked Raines, and the Tigers have to punt again. Raines is trying to get that ball out quickly. Looks like he lost his footing a little bit, trying to avoid the rush, and then Walker slammed him into the turf.
Yeah, Nate just had lost his footing a little bit and allowed him to have the edge on him. He was able to make the sack on us.
Crawford on to punt again. It's 4th and 22. Union brings pressure, but Crawford gets a left-footed boomer away. It almost hit Keller, I think, over there. And it's going to be down at the 19, I think, where it originally hit a Tiger, right at the 20. So 4:02 to go, second quarter, still no score. We'll take a timeout. Back with more Broken Arrow football after this.
Just a reminder, there'll come a time that they can no longer share a bedroom. That's why we have a complete array of home loans, so that dream of more space can come true. Right on time. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
Welcome back to Union-Tuttle Stadium. Still no score as there's 4:02 to go in the second quarter. It will be 1st and 10 Union from the Union 21-yard line when play resumes. Broken Arrow with 81 total yards, Union just 10. Tigers have 4 first downs, Union yet to have a first down, but Broken Arrow 0 of 5 on third down, Union obviously 0 of 4. Tigers are normally a pretty efficient team on third down, Spav, so this is a little surprising.
It really is. The penalty's surprising. The total yardage out there is surprising. So.
Little Miley Cyrus playing over the PA system here at Union-Tuttle Stadium. Big with the kids. Spav, you a Miley guy?
No.
All right. We tried.
Not, yeah.
1st and 10 from the Union 21-yard line. Geneva takes the snap, handoff to A.J. Green. He's got room, trying to stretch it to the near side. Good contained by the Tigers, but Green still finds a way to pick up about 5 before Bryce Machota brought him down.
Well, I tell you, we played it well right there. Bounced it out, missed a play, and allowed him to get 5, but still, we're okay.
3.5 to go here. First half, no score. Geneva out of the gun, under pressure. Doesn't know where to go, and he's finally going to be hit, sacked, and brought down by Corey Callens Jr. So the Tigers get to Geneva, and that'll bring up another 3rd and long.
Jalen Moss is the one. He got grabbed like you wouldn't believe. Right? I'm surprised they didn't call holding on that. But he put immediate pressure on the quarterback.
Third and 19. That's not right. Third and 12. I'm reading the scoreboard wrong. You should just read the numbers that are right in front of you. 3rd and 12. 2:49 to go. Geneva takes the shotgun snap just below his knees. Under pressure again. He's got a seam to run through, though. He's going to try and get the first down. Big hit by the Tigers. It was number 11, Darian Moss, that shouldered him. Geneva short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and a couple.
Just great coverage. They're going to have to think of something. They're going to have to change up their passing game a little bit. They're going to have to get the running backs a little more involved. They're going to have to get the underneath routes moving.
I think the down marker's wrong on the far side. I think it should be 3rd down, shouldn't it? Geneva out of the gun. The LED down marker says 3rd down, it says 4. There's one behind it that's an old school down marker that says 3. Let's go down to Ryan Wyckoff with more on Miles Slusher.
Yeah, Charlie, Miles Slusher has been pretty much in that tent with the trainer for a while, but that last play he just stepped out on the field, looked like he was ready to get back in there, but a heavy tape on that left ankle.
Ryan, thanks. Miles been struggling with that ankle even in the last game. Didn't seem to affect him a whole lot results-wise with that pick-6 touchdown, but you can tell he was trying to fight through it. It's a decoy down marker that fooled the announcer on the far side. There's just a down marker chilling up against the railing over there. It is 4th down, 4th and 2, with 1:58 to go before the first half. Spav, the ball is at the 29-yard line. What could Fred be thinking about here?
I think what he was thinking of, he was trying to freeze us and see if we'll jump offside.
Union does like that freeze count.
Yeah, but
see that all the time over here.
You need to put it in when you least expect it.
Right. Stephen Forbes will come back out for the team. He tried to run out on the field before the TV team timeout was over, and they said, "Get back here." We caught him.
Now, it wouldn't surprise me if they had some kind of a fake or something. They're big.
Stephen Forbes to punt. Torrey Dillard to return for BA.
We're just playing defense, too.
Forbes takes the snap.
Good call.
Strong punt. Dillard, fair catch called for and made at the 33-yard line. Yeah. So a pretty healthy punt from Forbes. Doesn't flip the field completely, but Tigers will take over and try and break through on offense here.
Yeah, it's time. It's time that we need to do that. You got a minute 49. We need to make a big play right here. We need to get behind him here, which we can. We got Twins look out here.
Jalen Johnson is the tailback next to Raines. Raines takes the first down snap, gives straight ahead to Jalen Johnson. Johnson gets across the 35 to the 37.
Yeah, they're just shoelacing them. I'll tell you what, they're having a little fitting issues at times in certain plays, especially on the split zone. They're having a little fitting issues.
Clock continues to run. Minute 30 to go in the first half. Broken Arrow in no hurry to get back to the line. Tigers do have all 3 timeouts left if it comes to that, but looks like Coach Alexander is content to get to half and kind of reset some things here. 2nd and 6. Raines takes the snap, gives to Johnson.
Great cut.
Cut back to the left, but he's going to be short of the line to gain pick up 4. We're down to 1:03 to go in the first half. They can run this one all the way down to about 30 seconds before they snap it if they want.
Well, it's 3rd and 2. Just run the football and just keep it going, perhaps. Because he's just a little bit away from breaking one of these things. He's feeling it. He's kind of feeling where the cutback is. I'm really impressed with him right now.
Raines takes the snap, gives to Johnson on 3rd and 2. He's going to be hit and stopped short. 20 seconds to go, clock running, and Fred's going to take a timeout. Union will take a timeout and try and get one more shot. They'll have about 12 to 15 seconds left after the punt. Guess you never know what can happen. Bad snap, good
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of
something.
there's going to be a lot of strategy right now. Put pressure on them. Don't put pressure on them. Working for a wall to get a return. There's a lot of things going on out here. Even in our aspect, do you fake it? Which I wouldn't. There's just a lot of thought process going on right now.
Broken Arrow Tiger football brought to you in part by our One Club sponsors, TTCU Federal Credit Union, First National Bank, Broken Arrow, St. John, Broken Arrow, Tulsa Bone and Joint, the Arrow Group, and Matthews Ford. Thank you for your consistent and generous support of Broken Arrow Tiger football. 20 seconds to go, first half, no score. Tyler Crawford on to punt on 4th and 2. Kyle Pearson back to return.
They're coming after it.
Here comes the rush. Gets the punt away, a spiraling punt toward the far side. And it's out of bounds, no return. They'll mark it off at the 37-yard line. Looks like 37-38. 16 seconds to go for Union as Coach Frederick and the Union offense figure out if it's worth going for something or just content to get to halftime. This Union offense managed just 18 yards so far in the first half. Geneva 2 of 4 for 3 yards. 3 receivers left, 1 right, 1st and 10 from the Union 38. 16 seconds to go, first half, no score. Geneva out of the gun, swings it out of the backfield to Green. Green trying to stretch to this near side outside the numbers, hit and brought down by Ballard. He got out of bounds with 10 seconds to go. Got to about the 43.
We're playing deep now. We're going to keep everything underneath us.
Geneva looking to the sidelines. 2 receivers left, 2 right. 10 to go, first half. Geneva under pressure. Fires deep down the far side into double coverage. He was intended for Jaden Lipsy, and it falls incomplete.
Corey Williams did a great job coverage on that. Just a great job.
Tried to take a deep shot, and there were 2 guys in white shirts waiting all over that one. So now 4 seconds to go, and this is a very quiet 10,000 plus.
The thing they need to do, they're going for the deep ball. They can't go on the deep ball on us. They've tried it, they can't do it. You know, to me, is run some crossing routes, get the ball to your athletes in space, let them wiggle a little bit, do what they need to do, get out of bounds, call a timeout, you know, and then just work yourself up the field a little bit more. But
Union called their second timeout of the half, so trying to figure out something here. We'll see how creative they get. The standard stuff really hasn't worked at all. Geneva just 3 of 6 for 8 yards. A.J. Green is the leading Union rusher with 4 carries for 13 yards. This Union's held the ball for 8 minutes and 26 seconds in this first half and gained just 23 yards.
This is unbelievable.
Offense back on the field here. Last play of the first half, no score. And it's going to be knocked down and fall incomplete. So 2 quarters are in the books here at Union. There's a flag, though, in the Union backfield. Geneva's limping. I didn't see what happened after he threw it. So roughing the passer on the Tigers will give Union 1 more shot. 15 yards from the 43, moves it into Broken Arrow territory. And that's not something you want to see on the last play of the first half. So they mark it at the Broken Arrow 43. At this point, the end zone is probably in range here if Coach Frederick wants to go for a Hail Mary.
Well, we've got it covered. We got everybody back. We're ready to play for it.
Last play of the first half, barring a defensive penalty. Geneva takes the shotgun snap, drops back, Steps up, fires toward the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted by the Tigers. Picked off by Machota, and that's how the first half will end. No score after 2 quarters. We'll take a timeout here at Union-Tuttle Stadium. Back with the Ken Elliott halftime show. After this, you're listening to Broken Arrow Football.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Just a reminder, there'll come a time that they can no longer share a bedroom. That's why we have a complete array of home loans. So that dream of more space can come true. Right on time. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Round characters have a lot of detail, all right? They're round because they're full of details. Got it? Just like some of us are round because we're full of food. You are going to be full of details. You're going to be shooting your webs out.
The words, the dialogue, and the dialogue tag. Great job.
Princess Castle, I love it.
And then kind of bring it in and then carry it over.
Perfect. You guys are good. Good job, team.
I have the sun on my back.
Yes, it is. It's nice, beautiful. Good job.
High five. That was perfect. Keep going.
You did a really good job, Skyla. Very good.
But I don't want my word to say log. I want it to say lob. Whoosh, whoosh, whoo.
Do you think it will be an inside day or an outside day?
Outside. All spiders make webs. The bolus spider spins a thread of silk with a sticky silk ball at the end.
Gecko. That's how they get their name.
Good morning and welcome to the 2019 Broken Arrow Public Schools kickoff. Wow, was this amazing? And our students, can we please show them one more time our appreciation for this morning?
He could go 20, 10, 5, house. A defensive touchdown for Broken Arrow. Another one.
They gon' have to hold me back, hold me back. Hey, they gon' have to hold me back, yeah. Really on call, yeah. Really on call, yeah.
Welcome to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. This is home. Across 27 school sites that cover 115 square miles, you'll find excellence lives here. Let me show you.
We embrace the responsibility of our calling.
Being a teacher is what I was born to do. There's no greater honor than shaping the next generation.
My job is to make sure our schools are safe, so our students feel comfortable to learn. I was born to serve.
We are passionate about learning.
Here at Broken Arrow High School, we have over 200 electives.
29 AP courses and 5 pre-AP courses.
And career pathways to prepare each student for life beyond BA.
We consistently seek new ways to lead and follow our students into the future. Whether it's Oklahoma's first girls wrestling program or finding new ways to teach our kids, we will never apologize for being bold and doing what's right.
We are a student-focused, relationship-driven school district. We're teaching kids so much more than just the core subjects. It's important for us to serve our students with kindness, compassion, and empathy. We know that every day we have a chance to create a moment that can change someone's life forever.
We celebrate and find strength in our diversity.
Championship teams don't have 120 players that are exactly the same. It takes people with different skill sets from different walks of life, all coming together toward that common goal.
Our story is just getting started. How will you write the next chapter?
If you're new here, welcome home.
Excellence lives here.
As soon as you win the state championship, you start getting calls and emails and brochures sent to you from all these ring companies. We'd already talked for a long time that the first one we got here at BA, it was going to be the biggest thing we could find. Right? It was going to be the biggest ring we could get. After we picked a company, after we got the prices in from 3 or 4 different companies and we picked a company, we went back and forth with their design team several times. One of the things we wanted to make sure we got on there was the 13-0 record. That's one of the things, obviously, besides the state championship that we're most proud of. You know, we wanted to make this a celebration for the community, right, for our administration, for our school, right, and then to honor the kids. It's a big deal anytime you win a state championship in any sport, right? But, you know, being football, being the first one, you know, we want to blow it out of the water, and I think we did that. You know, I think we had, 500 people there.
Think I'm gonna lie when I tell you I ain't gonna take it. I got hands on the nation. Check my reputation. Yeah, that scoreboard still wanna know that my tomb is vacant. That's why I'm undefeated. Undefeated. Who do you think that you are? When I tell y'all that I run things, y'all better believe me. Spin the earth on my finger like round ball on my globe trotter. It's easy. No lie. Boy, y'all got me messed up. Not Buddha, Mohammed, not Dane, sure ain't no Jesus. At all. Woo! Y'all act like I ain't made where you stand. Y'all act like I ain't trying to hold clan. Act like my son ain't died on that cross. Or I ain't gave you my all. Look here, I ain't taking no loss. I love you with all of my heart. That's the reason I'm here with my hands up, forgiving my place. I know that you know that I'm here. Ignore me if you want, but the next time you spit in my face, you better just look up in the sky.
Welcome back to Union-Tuttle Stadium, halftime here on The Animal and on ArrowVision. Charlie Hannema, Steve Spav and Ryan Wyckoff with you. No score in the first half. Not how we saw that one playing out, especially as both teams hung more than 40 points last week. Take a look at some of the halftime stats here, Spav. Not a whole lot to talk about. Total yards for Broken Arrow, 90. 42 through the air, 48 on the ground. Just 23 yards for Union, 8 passing, 15 rushing. Penalties, though, tell a story. 6 for 46 yards for BA, 6 for 30 for Union. Union just 1 first down in that first half. Broken Arrow with 4. Both teams 0 for 6 on third down. So, Spav, here's the question. Has it been defense or has it been bad execution on offense or both?
I agree with a little bit of both. It just seems like once we start getting, we had some plays, some situations where we were really good on first down. We had like 2nd and 2. And then we end up having a penalty and whatever, we end up punting. I mean, you think about it, each team has had 6 penalties, and they have been in crucial situations. The time is not happened because of time. 0 for 6 on third downs conversions. We are not converting, therefore defenses are winning. And so it really is a tale of 2 good defenses and really 2 good offenses. But the offenses are not up to par because of their penalties and because of, the crucial penalties and just not being able to run the ball real effectively.
Hunters have gotten a workout in this one, it seems like. Tyler Crawford's done a good job of pinning Union deep, and it seems like Union always has a guy with a big leg. Stephen Forbes has had some pretty good punts for Union.
I tell you the one thing I think we have to do, or teams have to do, both teams actually, they're not able to run the ball very well. They're
down struggles. I mean, Spav, most of these have been 3rd and long. I'm going through the drive chart here. Union had 3rd and 11. Broken Arrow had a 3rd and 5 that was converted thanks to the offsides. Then they had a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 17, 3rd and 20, 3rd and 25, 3rd and 6. So that was just the first quarter. Second quarter told most of the same story. It hasn't been these drives where you see, 4 on first down, 4 on second down, then it's 3rd and 2 and a pass falls incomplete.
Yeah.
It's been 3rd and long or medium, it seems like, all night for both teams.
Right. And you don't see any teams taking chances. I mean, sometimes, we took a little chance on a play action and hit Keller down for like a 42-yard pass play. You haven't seen us do that again. And they haven't done it either. You're throwing when you're supposed to throw. And that means the defense is going to have great coverage, great pressure. I mean, you're going to have to do something here out of the norm to break this up.
That's a good point. You saw that one down here on the near corner. Tried to go that back shoulder throw to Dillard.
Right.
That was covered. The Union threw a deep ball kind of opposite corner, and it was double covered. So the only real chance for a big play in that first half, Pearson was behind 2 defenders and they overthrew him. But other than that, there really haven't even been any like close calls or if he would have broken one more tackle, this would have happened. It's just been a pretty ho-hum first half.
We got to try to establish the pass, and you got to pass when you're not expecting to pass. The play action was there. The way they play their linebackers downhill so aggressively, and the way their safeties play downhill so aggressively, it opens up one-on-one coverage with our receivers. You got Dillard and Keller. I mean, they can't cover them one-on-one. Their corners can't do it. They've proven that. But we have to really utilize that.
Both teams back on the field, stretching them out here. We'll see how the second half goes. It was close a year ago in the first half, the night the woodshed was born, and the Tigers put it on in the second half. Broken Arrow outscored Union in that game. I think it was 21-0 in the second half. It was 12-10 at the half.
Right. It was a close game at the half, and then we put it away. But they only had like 57 yards total offense last year. And that's just a sign of our defense playing the way they're capable of doing.
No points from Union in the second half last year against Broken Arrow. We'd be just fine with that again tonight. Tigers are going to need 2 or 3 for a couple touchdowns. Broken Arrow will get the ball to start. Yeah. So we'll see what Coach Alexander and Coach Wilkinson and that staff have dialed up for this opening drive.
I see our defense playing really well. A lot better than theirs, actually. They're playing good defense and playing good at times, but there's a lot of shoelace tackles. And you've got to be careful of that with our tailbacks, I tell you what, Jalen's going to make a miss. He's seeing it right now. He's going to make a miss, and he's going to pop one. And that's going to be the difference of the game right there. So our defense is going to play expected, like they're expected to play. Their defense is going to have to step it up, and we're going to have to really show some, keep them unbalanced when we're on offense.
60 seconds to go until the start of the third quarter. Let's take one last timeout. Back with the second half after this. This is Broken Arrow football.
With kids, life is one big adventure. That's why you need a strong financial partner you can count on, like TTCU Federal Credit Union. Right now, you could get $150 when you open a new TTCU checking account. And every time you use your School Pride debit card, TTCU donates to schools. What better way to make a difference? Checking account? Why not call it your living account? TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
Welcome back to Union-Tuttle Stadium, and we're ready to go for the second half of Broken Arrow and Union. The Tigers kick to start the game, so they'll start with the football. Charlie Hannema, Steve Spav, and Ryan Wyckoff back with you here on ArrowVision and 97.1 FM, the Sports Animal.
This is going to be a fun half right here because the strategy, the strategy and all the talking and adjustments at halftime have to be unbelievable. Because one little simple adjustment within your halftime strategy is going to determine the game.
How do you approach this from a coach when you go into the locker room? Obviously, your guys probably a little bit down after how it started, even though it's scoreless. What do you say to that offense to get them fired up?
Oh, you just say, do what we're doing. Let's just, we have to just utilize some things differently. They're moving the front quite a bit, and it's hard to block them all. So, and that's a weakness, especially in the second ball game of the year. So, you're just going to have to tell them to be patient, and then offensively, minded-wise, with Coach Wilkinson, he's got to make some adjustments to help us.
Stephen Forbes to kick for Union. First time we've seen him kick it off tonight. Torrey Dillard, the lone deep man, back for the Broken Arrow Tigers. Union will have the wind at its back here in this third quarter as Forbes' kick is away. He'll bounce right in the middle of the U and Union in the end zone for a touchback. So first and 10 at the 20 for Broken Arrow to start this third quarter.
Now we need to look at the adjustments that we've made, really focus in on what they're doing. Because a lot of the things are going to be some things that we haven't prepared for, or they haven't prepared for, so it's going to be to our advantage.
Jalen Johnson is the tailback to the left of Jake Raines. Shotgun snap low. Raines picks it up, gives to Johnson. Following his blockers across the 24 to the 25. Nice gain of 5 on first down for Johnson.
Very good. The young man makes a lot of yardage after contact, and that's important, especially with a small running back like that.
Second and 5 coming here from the 25. Trips right for VA. Raines is under center. Takes the snap, opens up, fakes to Johnson, going deep down the middle. He's got Keller. Keller's got it at the 40, across the 30, 20, one man chasing him, 10, 5, house, touchdown, Broken Arrow, a 75-yard strike.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there, is that play action.
There's a flag at the 42-yard line. So hold everything. Now they're picking it up. Penalty was on the defense, so touchdown stands. A 75-yard strike from Jake Raines to Isaiah Keller. And Spav, you said establish the pass. How about that?
Well, on second and 5, what a great decision to get the play action and go. And I'm telling you, they're biting so heavy with their safeties that we're throwing over the top. And great call by Coach Wilkinson, and obviously a great throw and a great catch by Keller.
Extra point by Tyler Crawford is up and good. With 11-12 to go in the third, the Tigers crack the code. Broken Arrow 7, Union nothing.
That's what we needed right there. Now the whole game is going to change right now.
Fourth touchdown pass of the season for Raines, the second for Keller. A 75-yard strike. The drive summary on that's easy. 2 plays, 80 yards. 48 seconds on the time of possession.
Isaiah is just a stud. That kid can do anything. Play offense, defense, special teams. He's a kid you can't get off the field.
Keller had 19 catches for 295 yards and 3 touchdowns in his junior season. Might see him as a Wildcat tailback at some point this year. He's got the speed, he's got the wiggle.
Absolutely. He can do anything. I'd put him anywhere.
A.J. Green and Kyler Pearson back to return for Union here. As Crawford gets ready to boot this one away. Wind seems to be dying down a little bit. Never was a massive factor, at least not from our vantage point. Streamers are almost stuck to the uprights. Crawford's ready to kick this off. is away, and it's going to be fielded by Kyler Pearson right at the goal line. He's got a return across the 20, across the 30, and Crawford, the kicker, forces him out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. So that was almost into the end zone. Pearson must have had just an inch or two between his heels and the end zone, and he returns it out to the 40-yard line.
Good tackle by Crawford, making the play. Okay, let's see how they're going to attack us. They've gone to 4 wide look.
Line of scrimmage is the 39-yard line. J.D. Geneva, just 3 of 6, 3 of 8 for 8 yards in the first half. Snap is fumbled, miscommunication. Geneva's just going to have to fall on it at the 25. He was looking away as Pearson came in jet motion and all sorts of chaos. He looks at his center and gives him the both hands out, the universal signal for whom?
That's great. Oh, God, this game is turned around. This is ours now.
It's a loss of 14, so 2nd and 24 coming up here.
See, they're
move the
deep
ball all
in
the way
their
back
end.
to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they're deep in their end. They're going to force to punt the ball. We'll have good field position.
2nd and 24.
We're playing coverage on the back end, so.
Geneva hands to A.J. Green, forward to the 29 or so. Campbell Yeager in on that tackle, and he's been everywhere tonight.
Yeah, he sees that pull. He's recognizing the pull, and he's fitting over top really well.
A.J. Green last week against Lake Ridge, 23 carries, 170 yards, averaged 7.4 yards per carry. Also had 4 catches for 59 yards. Tonight, he's got 2 carries for 9 yards, including that one. 3rd and 20. 9:47 to go, 3rd quarter. BA7, Union nothing. Empty fake from Geneva. He's under pressure, hit, and he's sacked. Jalen Moss gets him again by the shoelaces, spins him down, and it's another 3 and out for the Union offense.
That was coverage. That was a coverage sack right there. I tell you what, we had great coverage on the back end. You could see they were playing over top of everybody, almost like a man under halves. And he didn't have anywhere to throw the football. And that was just really a 3-man rush with a linebacker coming up and just holding on to one of the positions so we wouldn't get a double team on one of our players.
Stephen Forbes on to punt. Torrey Dillard calls for the fair catch just inside his 40. He'll make it at the 38-yard line. So good field position again for Broken Arrow. Tigers will start at their own 38, leading 7-0 with 8:59 to go into the 3rd.
That's great. Great field position.
Shout out to our good friend Greg Graham, checking us out on ArrowVision. Greg's a great supporter of Broken Arrow Public Schools, so thank you, sir, for everything you do, and hope you enjoy the second half. Let's get you another touchdown here. I promised you 2. Raines under center, takes the snap, gives to Jalen Johnson on first down, makes the first man miss. All bottled up here, maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half for Jalen Johnson on first down.
I tell you, Aaron Yancey pulled up in the hole there and just leveled the guy, the linebacker there. I was real impressed with his play last week. I'm still impressed with it this week.
A 2nd and 9. Raines out of the gun, back to pass. Scrambles, avoids the rush from one man. Now just trying to get back to the line. Still on his feet, going left side. And he's going to be caught and brought down by the corner, Marcellus Wilkerson. Pandemonium breaks out behind me. Holy smokes. 3rd and 10 coming for the Tigers. 3rd and 10 and a half, if you will.
Yeah, they had good coverage, a little pressure on him, forced him out, man. He made him work for it, though. He ran all the way to the sideline.
7:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Broken Arrow 7, Union nothing. Tigers still looking for their first 3rd down conversion of the ballgame. Single receiver left to right. Raines Under pressure, fires deep, has a man, that's caught. First down and more inside the 30. That was Isaiah Keller again on just a fly route and a First National Bank first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's just throwing one-on-one. We were trips to the field and one-on-one in the boundary. Just one-on-one with Marcellus Wilkerson. And I tell you what, we were wide open.
Keller gave him one move and he was behind him.
That's awesome. Here we're established the throwing game. Now let's go.
That last play, Reigns takes the snap, gives to Jalen Johnson, hit and brought down to the backfield by Michael Walker.
We're having trouble with the block back because we're pulling the backside guard up in the hole. But that guy's the one that's making the play on us. We got to be able to seal backside.
Union's backers really have been crashing hard on this run all night.
Well, they do, yeah, and the safeties do too. That's why even when you have a two-back situation, your receivers are going to be just corners only, no safety help.
2nd and 12 from the Union 33. Jake Raines out of the gun, takes the snap at his knees, drops back, shoulder fake, now firing for Dillard, caught at the 10, still on his feet inside the 5, brought down at the 2. Tigers are in the Bat McCoy State Farm red zone with another First National Bank first down.
And, well, they put another corner in there, so they're really working on the corner play. That's Jaden Rowe. They're picking on him now.
Raines did a good job staying calm in the pocket. He felt that rush coming from his backside, but he got the throw away. And it's a big gain down to the 2-yard line, a 30-yarder. And Broken Arrow's knocking on the doorstep again.
See, the only thing we have to do is single receiver routes, basically. It's just our guy on their corner.
Raines gives to Jalen Johnson. Hit at the line. Still short. Looks like he got down to the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
So that's the way we have to establish the run. We know their safeties are coming downhill pretty heavy, linebackers too. But we're just doing single receiver routes on their corner. I have no answer for that.
6 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Broken Arrow 7, Union nothing. Tigers with 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. High formation behind Raines. Arroyo the fullback, Johnson the tailback. They give us to Johnson straight ahead and in. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
Awesome.
A 1-yard touchdown by Johnson, his 2nd of the season, and it's 13-0.
Well, that happened quick. That's great. Great job.
Tigers went 24 minutes in the first half with no points. 6 minutes into the second half, they've got 13 on for 14, but there is a Tiger down. Is that Johnson that was in the middle of the pile there?
Looks like he's got some cramps. Yeah.
Daniel Stewart, head athletic trainer out there for the Tigers. Grace Warren. Johnson chugging some water. They're trying to stretch that leg out.
Here's where that heat comes in. You know, even though here it is in the 3rd quarter, the heat is still a tremendous factor. We've got to hydrate. This is where the cramps are going to start coming in this half.
Johnson is back up and walking off on his own power, so get him some pickle juice, Powerade or Gatorade. We'll be good. 5:47 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers an extra point away from being up 14-0. Isaiah Keller to hold. Snap spot. Crawford's left-footed extra point is up and good. 5:44 to go, 3rd quarter. It's Broken Arrow 14, Union nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
My kids had just recovered from being sick, and I found myself sick. And it was time for me to get the care that I needed, and I didn't want to get the kids out of the house, so I used St. John On Demand.
St. John Clinic On Demand is our innovative 24/7 virtual care clinic. It's accessible from your phone, from a tablet, or from your computer anytime.
I registered for the appointment on my phone and visited with a provider and had a prescription called in for me all within an hour.
So the type of patient that would use this service is someone that has a minor illness. Angela's case is a perfect use of our services. We came to her in her time of need versus her having to come for us.
St. John On Demand is such a great alternative to loading the kids up, getting them to the doctor's office, waiting in the waiting room. So now I'm healthy, my kids are healthy, and I will definitely use St. John On Demand again.
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
Welcome back to Union-Tuttle Stadium, where the Broken Arrow Tigers lead Union 14-0. 5:44 to go, third quarter. Make sure you join us Tuesdays at 6:30 on 97.1 FM for Inside Tiger Football, presented by Rip Crib. Coach Alexander and I will look back at this one and look ahead to next week's home opener in the inaugural Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl, driven by Jim Glover Auto Family. Tuesdays at 6:30, listen live on the Animal and then podcast us wherever you get your podcasts. Crawford to kick it off for the Tigers. Green and Pearson back to return for Union. Crawford's kick this time will drive into the end zone. Off the end line, no return.
They've got to do something offensively here if they want to make this game close. Because we're on a roll now. We got them figured out. And they're going to have to do something offensively. I mean, they're coming from off of a 624 total offensive game.
Union with 8 drives so far at 9 yards. Rovon Banks is the quarterback on this play for Union. He's going to keep it himself around the left end. Get to the 25. Slusher with a big hit there, but Tigers not fazed by the Wildcat quarterback there, Rovon Banks. And here comes J.D. Geneva back in for Union on second down. Slusher's hobbling out there in that secondary. They're going to get Mason Garrett back on to replace him. Machota is playing the 5:13 to go, second half, third quarter. Broken Arrow. Geneva out of the gun. Hands it off to A.J. Green. Green has a seam. First down yardage across the 40 to the 43 before Bryce Machota brings him down.
That was an interesting cut right there because the play was supposed to go to the other side. He just saw that and planted and moved. We actually created our own hole on that one.
First down Union. They go to A.G. Green, sweep right.
Play.
Campbell Yeager tried to string it out, but Green somehow outran everybody and picked up a few more. Marion Horn on the tackle. Gain of like 5. How'd they string that out? It looked like the Tigers had that one pretty much locked down.
I know, he just squeezed in a hole. We're not giving them much running room now. I'm telling you, our defense is playing really well.
Geneva hands it off here. No, fakes it.
Play action.
Play action, and nice job for the Tiger defense. I think that was that Zeno that brought him down over there? Check that, it was 10. Darnell was in there too.
Great play. See, they're trying to get us on the play action, but man, we had that thing covered. And he didn't have much room to maneuver as well.
Third down and 4. Handoff up the middle to J.R. Smith. He's hit hard by Darian Moss, but he gets across the 50 to the Broken Arrow 45 and has enough for a first down.
This is their first serious drive right here. They've actually broken into past the 50-yard line now.
3:35 to go, third quarter. Broken Arrow 14, Union nothing. Geneva takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Smith. Stretching it left side, outside the numbers, across the 40, across the 35, still fighting. Campbell Yeager brings him down to the 33, but enough for another Union first down.
That was kind of odd that we didn't have safety help on that time. We missed a play. We missed the tackles on the perimeter and had our middle linebacker chase it down and make the play.
A few miles south of here, the Jinx Trojans are trailing Bixby 36-0.
Yeah, we're coming with something here, I think.
First and 10 Union at the Broken Arrow 32. Motion left to right. Play fake from Geneva, rolls right now, throwing back to the running back. That's Green, and he dropped it. A.J. Green had a touchdown, and he dropped it.
Boy, throwing that fullback out of the backfield.
Broken Arrow dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
They faked to Green. Geneva rolled right, threw it back to the left, and went right through the wickets.
Now that's that old, we used to call it Jinx special, where they send that fullback out of the backfield. It's extremely hard to cover.
Second and 10 from the Broken Arrow 32. Tigers leading Union 14-0. Pearson in motion. They hand it off the other way to Green. Green has a seam across the 25, inside the 20. Zeno Marcaselli brings him down inside the 20 at the 17. So Union continues to move it into the red zone for the first time. First and 10 Union at the BA 17.
Yeah, they're starting to see some things now. I'll tell you, this running back is really doing a nice job. This old A.J. Green doing a nice job on his cuts. Oh, there we go.
False start.
Oh, baby.
Multiple flags come in before the snap there, so maybe that'll cool the Union offense off a little bit.
Well, that's kind of what we're talking about. You know, here you're down in a crucial situation here, and you're down deep in the end. You know, you're inside the 20-yard line, then you got to get a penalty.
This would be the 9th play of the Union drive. It started with a touchback at the 20. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Broken Arrow 14, Union nothing. First and 15. Now from the 22, Geneva. Quick pass out to the right. Tries to pass, but Choda and Darian hits the hammer. Knocks him down. Pick about 6. Inside the 20 to the 15 to the 16.
It's nice having Choda back, though, isn't it? I tell you, that kid just makes plays. I don't know if he's completely healthy, but I'm sure glad he's back. Thankful right now.
Geneva moves his tailback in motion, hands it off to Green. Green still on his 15, inside the 15, down to about the 12. Zeno Marcaselli got him. Third and 4 or 5 coming here for Union as this third quarter winds down. Minute 30 to go.
Well, you know, they answered. We still thought they'd answer here, but our defense is still fighting here. 3rd and 5, crucial down.
11th play of the drive. Geneva flags before the snap. Looks like the play clock ran out. False start. Okay.
Perfect.
Take that too. Back him up.
Perfect. See, here's the whole thought process is when you're inside the 20, you've got to have scores, not field goals, scores.
3rd and 10 from the 17-yard line. 1:06 to go, third quarter. Broken Arrow 14, Union nothing. Motion right to left. Geneva takes the shotgun snap. Tigers try and bring some pressure, and they got him. Tigers with the coverage sack. Geneva's going to pick up a couple technically to the 15. That'll be 4th and 8.
Good job, defense. Good job.
Parker Darnell was in there mixing it up for the Tigers. Coach has been talking about his pass rush ability all season.
Looked like he's going to kick a field goal.
4th and 8 from the 15. Union's going for it. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Watch out for that freeze count. Man. Geneva checks the play. Now resets. Play clock at 6. Geneva takes the snap. Here we go on 4th down. Firing. Has a man and it's dropped. A big drop for Union. And the Tigers will take over Wow.
Yeah,
it was Mackay Belt open on the far side toward the sideline. And if it was a spear, it would have killed him.
Oh, yeah, it hit him. I mean, that was a good route, good throw. That's 2 crucial drops right there. And that's huge for our defense, for them to drive all the way down the field and get nothing, not 1 point. Great job.
So 10 seconds to go in the third. Tigers with the ball at their own 15-yard line, leading 14-0. Jake Mates out of the gun. Takes the snap, gives to Johnson. And flags before the snap, another false start. I think it might have been the fullback. So back Broken Arrow up 5. Penalty number 7 for the Tigers, 51 yards. Union has 8 penalties for 40 yards. First and 15 now.
Here's where we're going to be careful because we need a first down bad, and then Union's going to be able to move, blitz.
Give this to Jalen Johnson. Nice second effort. He gets almost to the 20.
He's cramping again.
That's where the third quarter is going to end. Tigers are going to have 2nd and 6 when we come back. 12 minutes to go. Broken Arrow 14, Union nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
Just a reminder, there'll come a time that they can no longer share a bedroom. That's why we have a complete array of home loans, so that dream of more space can come true. Right on time. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people
With
first.
kids, life is one big adventure. That's why you need a strong financial partner you can count on, like TTCU Federal Credit Union. Right now, you could get $150 when you open a new TTCU checking account. And every time you use your School Pride debit card, TTCU donates to schools. What better way to make a difference? Checking account? Why not call it your living account? TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
12 minutes to go here at Union-Tuttle Stadium as the Broken Arrow Tigers lead Union 14-0. Broken Arrow has the ball, 2nd and 6 from the BA 19-yard line. Tiger football brought to you all season long on ArrowVision and 97.1 FM The Sports Animal by our One Club sponsors, TTCU Federal Credit Union, St. John Broken Arrow, Tulsa Bone and Joint, the official health care providers of the Tigers, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the Arrow Group, Matthews Ford. Thank you all for your consistent and generous support of our schools. Make sure you join us 1 week from tonight back at the Woodshed for the inaugural Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl driven by Jim Glover Auto Family as Broken Arrow hosts Owasso. That is going to be a special game. Somebody's got a chance to win a Jeep Gladiator. Fourth quarter underway. Jake Raines hands it off.
Just too much pressure on that play.
Sanchez Banks on the carry for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that was a long play. It was like a long trap. And I had too much interior pressure for that to work.
Eighth, 3rd down of the game coming from Broken Arrow. Tigers 1 of 7. Single receiver left, 2 right. Raines out of the shotgun with his foot straddling the 15-yard line.
Oh, we got it.
Raines hands it off. Up the middle they go. Close to the line to gain. They're going to move it. Hand off goes to Sanchez Banks. He picks up a First National Bank first down, keeps the drive alive.
Nice. I was just running that inside power, and he just, just had a good cut. I think he could have cut either way.
Banks had 5 carries for 29 yards a week ago at Mansfield. Tigers using him as a little bit of a change of pace here with Jalen Johnson cramping up a little bit. Keemon Tolbert still not 100%. They'll keep him in here 1st and 10 from the Broken Arrow 30. Raines out of the gun, gives to Banks again. Gets a couple toward the right side. hit him 2.
Yeah, milking the clock here a little bit.
10:30 to go in the game. Broken Arrow leading Union 14-0.
Well, we're going to use a lot of this 40-second clock, so that's important right now. That just ties into your possession time.
Jungle chanting, "We can't hear you." That would be an accurate statement. It's quiet over here on the home side. Reigns out of the gun. Hands off to Sanchez. Banks trying to spin for something, and he's going to be bottled up and brought down to the backfield. Tigers will be looking at 3rd and 10.
Then we're going to milk the clock again.
9:40 to go in the game. Clock running. Tigers content to just milk some time, and
they're going to milk it down. They're going to wait till it gets inside 10.
See what happens. Reigns out of the gun. 3rd and 9 officially. As time sets up, looking for the tight end. He was looking for Caleb Gamble, and it falls incomplete. J.R. Smith was in there on the coverage. 4th and 9, and Tyler Crawford will come on to punt for the first time in the second half.
Yeah, they brought a little pressure on him. Forced him to throw pretty quick.
Crawford averaging 32.4 yards a punt tonight, as long as 52. Tyler Pearson with the towel hanging out of his back waistband, ready to return this at the 30. Union brought pressure, but Crawford gets it away. Long punt. Pearson backs up, fields it at the 20, makes a first man miss, now has a seam 30, 35, 40. Hit by Campbell Yeager, and Yeager grabs his jersey. Union hollering for a flag, and that is a pretty weak call. Looked like a pretty weak call. Yeager had it by the jersey.
They did something.
And they're going to get a late hit, and for Broken Arrow, number 11, Darian Moss is down. Looks like he's cramping up just in front of the Union sideline. So Ronnie Robinson and Cruz sort this out. The Union fans might have influenced that. When they were hollering for a late hit, Yeager had to spin him down by his jersey to get him out of bounds, and he looked like he tried to let go, and Pearson tumbles to the turf and flag comes out. So, never know. They're going to wait until Darian Moss is uncramped, I think, before they officially announce the penalty. Line of scrimmage, the linesman has the ball spotted at the Union 46-yard line. So you have to figure 15 yards is going to be tacked onto this, and we're going to move into BA territory. But we'll let Ronnie Robinson tell us officially. Moss is back up, being helped off the field here. Well, I'm sure it's painful because cramps are the worst.
Oh,
it looks like something he might be able to come back from.
No, he will.
So tag 15 on to the already good return from Kyler Pearson. And Union will start this drive in Broken Arrow territory. Spav, that was a long punt, but didn't necessarily have a whole lot of hang time, so maybe the classic out kick in the coverage there, and Pearson.
Well, they were coming after it pretty good too. It's, slows down your coverage lanes. They had to hold the blocks a little bit longer, so you make one guy miss and you can find some seams.
1st and 10 Union at the Broken Arrow 39-yard line. J.D. Geneva takes the snap, gives to A.J. Green. Green trying to deke everybody, but Zeno Marcelli held on for dear life, and his buddies brought him down for a loss of a couple.
That's great. Zeno did a great job on the perimeter there. But our interior D-line did a great job too of not allowing any cutbacks in there. They forced them to bounce it right to Zeno.
That was the 10th carry of the game for A.J. Green, 56 yards on the night. 2nd and 13 coming here. Short motion from the slot back. Give is to Green. Now it's going to be a reverse to Kyler Pearson around the left side. Pearson has a running lane inside the 30, makes another cutback, still on his feet, close to the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 21 yards and a Union first down as Coach Frederick dials up the reverse.
Wow, they had to do something. I knew something was up when I saw the tight end reverse back over to the other side. These are things you have to do now to play in games that are really close. You can't be afraid to do something crazy at times when the opportunity exists.
Union's going to take a timeout with 8:04 to go here in the game. Tigers leading 14-0. We'll take it with them. 8:04 to go in the game. Broken Arrow 14, Union nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordBA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordBA.com. Only in Broken Arrow.
Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Charlie Hannema, Steve Spav, and Ryan Wyckoff with you here on ArrowVision at 97.1 FM. It will be 1st and 10 Union from the Broken Arrow 21-yard line.
And they're going empty here.
Tyler Pearson gained 20 yards on a reverse before the timeout. So this will be the third play of the drive as Union threatens again. Last drive went 12 plays, ended with a drop on 4th down. Geneva with an empty set. Throws over the head of his man.
He didn't want that one.
Who?
He saw Marcaselli coming, boy, he let that thing go.
He was looking for Rovon Banks, and it falls incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line.
If I was them, I'd get the ball to Pearson. He's the cat.
Union will go empty again. Two receivers left, 3 right. Geneva holds his troops and check the play at the line. Now we're ready to go. Play clock down to 4. Geneva. Shotgun snap. Quick pass caught far side. That's Pearson. Spins. Tried to get free of Darian Moss, but nice job to hold him down. It's enough for a first down, though. Moss keeping an eye on him. He was cramping earlier. He's
Those
trying to hang
are the routes
tough.
they were trying earlier, and they dropped them. Just keep everything underneath and just make them play. Stop the run.
Second catch of the night for Pearson. Here's Geneva again. Throw it again. That's Pearson. Big hit by Marion Horn. Only a yard or 2 to the 10.
Well, their wide receiver decided not to block.
Clock running, 7:20 to go in the game. Broken Arrow 14, Union nothing. But Union threatening for the second straight drive down to the Broken Arrow 10-yard line.
I think I'd have a little talk with that wide receiver.
Geneva gives to A.J. Green. Met pretty much immediately. Kate Hadaway on that stop. It'll be 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 probably.
See, we're not getting them anything right now. And I'll tell you, defense is really getting stiff right now. They're getting tough in there.
That clock continues to run. 6:45 to go, 4th quarter.
3rd and 9.
Geneva out of the gun, 2 receivers left. A.J. Green, the tailback, to his left, single receiver right. He's looking for that single man. It's almost intercepted. Slusher was right there and hit him in the hands, and it'll be 4th and 9.
I wouldn't throw anywhere around Slusher.
They did that again. They threw to the single receiver side, but there was a corner, a safety, and a backer over there. They thought they could fit it in, and it was almost a pick.
We're doing a great job in our coverage. We're just playing back to the end zone. We're not just keeping people one-on-one. We're playing like 4 or 5 across.
Big play here. 4th and 9. Union going for it. Geneva out of the gun. Under pressure. Hit and sacked. Brandon Barwig brings him down, and the Tigers take over.
That's the second time they were down here, and they come away with nothing. Great defense, I'm telling you. Gosh, that's awesome.
Geneva had almost no chance to get this thing away. I think it was Jalen Moss was coming from the other side, and Barwig didn't finish him off himself, but a major play from Brandon Barwig, a 5'11", 245-pound junior, and the Tiger defense comes through in a massive way.
That's just incredible. That's just great football.
1st and 10, Broken Arrow from the Tiger 19-yard line. Jake Raines under center. Gives it to Jalen Johnson, tries to make a cut, gets a couple. To the 23 as the clock continues to run, 6:15 to go now. And that will become a factor before you know it, because this Tiger offense
just milk it down.
Power clock, and especially now that we've gone to the 40-second clock in high school football.
And we're just gonna milk the clock right now.
5:55 to go. Play clock still at 11 as the Tigers come to the line. Dillard and Keller, twins right. High formation behind Jake Raines. Raines gives to Jalen Johnson, the big fella. Mason Gibbons gets his paws on him and brings him down for no gain, but the clock continues to run. It's going to be 5 minutes to go before Broken Arrow has to snap this one. And the Tigers have a 14-point lead.
Well, we needed that first down. If we got that first down, game's over.
3rd and 7 coming up here. The 23-yard line. You run it here or you try to pass?
You know, with us, you know, I don't know, draw perhaps or something of that nature. I don't know if I'd be throwing the football.
It's a handoff to Jalen Johnson. Ball comes free, but I think Johnson fell back on it.
Yeah.
Signal is 4th down, Tiger football. Clock should be running here once they've determined who's got the football. They stopped it with 4:56 to go. And they got enough for the first down. Okay. First National Bank first down. It worked out. Now we'll wind the clock with 4:54 to go. Fortuitous, how's that for a word? Bounce for the Tigers.
Yeah.
And it's 1st and 10. Skip Hyde gives me a thumbs up. Big fan. He's almost a doctor, so we'll take that. Sanchez Banks, tailback. He's got the carry here. Across the 35, 36, 37, straight ahead. Just nice tough run from Sanchez Banks. He'll get, looks like 4, all the way to the 34. And clock continues to run. 4:20 to go now.
Looks like we're going to have another tough game next week. Wassel's up 27-9.
Are they playing Fayetteville?
Playing Fayetteville, which is predominantly a very successful team over there in Arkansas.
Yeah, Wasso with the Arkansas tour in non-district. Took on Bentonville West last week, then Fayetteville, and they'll come to our place next week. 2nd and 6 for the Tigers, 3:53 to go. Jake Raines hands it off to Banks. Tough, just power run. Give him 2 more to the 36-yard line. 3:40 to go. Clock continues to run. Union yet to use a timeout.
It's kind of hard. We're just...
Check that. Union has 2 timeouts left, not 3. They used 1 to set up that play on offense.
We're milking the clock really well. I tell you what, this is outstanding football right here by us.
3:12 to go. Play clock inside 10. 3rd and 4. Jake Raines under center, takes the snap, gives to Banks, following his blockers. Still moving forward. The pile continues to move. Andrew Rain gets in there and tries to give it a bush push. Got close to the line to gain, but
call it timeout.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1. 2:50 to go. Tigers can get this one down to 2 minutes. Now, I think. The signal for a timeout. Union takes a timeout, so with 2:48 to go, Union's down to just 1 timeout. It'll be 4th and 1. The 39-yard line. Just kick it away. Do you run this and try and ice it?
You know, I think that's what they're going to do.
Tim Holt's in the huddle with the special teams
Yeah,
folks.
I'm kind of curious. See, they're going to be in a punt safe anyway, or they're going to come after you.
You know, the Tigers picked up a first down with the hard count on the punt earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Might see that again.
Yeah, that's a good.
You know, with all 3 timeouts, you might just try and draw them off and say, don't move. We're going to run this down and call timeout if we can't get him.
Yeah, he's going to punt it away here. Well, try to punt it out of bounds or something.
So Tyler Crawford is on to punt for the Tigers. Kyler Pearson, he's been dangerous, really in all phases of the game. Kick return, punt return, and receiver.
Absolutely.
He's pacing between his 23 and 24 and 25-yard line. Coach Alexander is talking with the referee, Ronnie Robinson, over on the visitor side. Now that conversation has ended. And we're ready to go. 4th and 1 from the 39-yard line. Tigers leading 14-0. Deep snap to Crawford. His punt is away. It's a good one. Pearson fields it while backpedaling at the 17-yard line.
Great
Across
coverage.
the 20. Nice coverage. He's going to be brought down.
God, that's good coverage.
At the 20.
Very nice.
Adonis Ballard and I think it was Logan Diller in there on the coverage. So 2:49 to go in the game. Union with the ball, 1st and 10 at its own 23-yard line, trailing number 1 Broken Arrow, 14-0. The last time the Tigers won in this stadium was 1986, a 14-9 win. Last time Broken Arrow beat Union in consecutive years was also that game. Tigers beat them in 1983 as well, 16-0 back when they didn't play every year. Still some time left in this one though. JD Geneva out of the gun, bootleg right, under pressure, he's being held. No flag, but it's intercepted. Adonis Ballard picks it off, and that's gonna put this thing on ice.
I mean, there wasn't even a receiver around there. He just threw it right to us. Holy cow. That's awesome.
They had 3 receivers over there.
I mean, look,
we watched the replay.
Right there.
And
look at
he was looking for Pearson, and it was
trying to throw it
underthrown
deep
by about 5 yards and thrown in the middle of 3 Tigers.
He did a great job of lagging underneath there. Great job.
Adonis Ballard makes the pick that could seal the game. Here comes the Tiger offense with Sanchez Banks, the power tailback, out there. And 2:44 to go in the game. Union just 1 timeout left. Hand off to Banks. straight ahead. Nothing fancy. He's got a couple.
Just milk the clock.
Inside the 35, they'll mark him at the 34. And Broken Arrow can run this down inside 2 minutes before the Tigers have to snap it. Jake Raines is going to go all the way to the sideline to get the play here. Plenty of time.
Yeah, just milk it. He's not going to start snapping the ball till it's under 10. Really good football here. I tell you, this is a great second half. I tell you, you got to give Coach Alexander a lot of credit here.
Play clock down to 10.
Adjustments.
Game clock at 2:05. Raines under center, I formation. Jumbo package behind him, and now timeout. Nope, flag. Wow, Union was in the neutral zone. How do you do that? Flag on the far side. Wow. Okay. So we'll move that up 5 and 2nd and 4. The Tigers barely were even in snap mode, and they were in the neutral zone. I don't know how that happened.
Well, down here, you get a linebacker. So you got a linebacker getting on his hand on the line of scrimmage. And they're not used to that.
Minute 45 to go. I formation behind Raines. Jumbo set. Give us to Sanchez. Banks straight ahead. Banks has a seam. First down yardage inside the 25. A First National Bank first down, and that should just about do it.
That's it. That's the game right there. 2-0. 2 good football teams we just played. We got to turn around and play another one here next week.
The home stands start to empty out. 1:25 to go in the game. Union with just 1 timeout to go. Broken Arrow 14. Union nothing. Tigers in victory formation.
That's the greatest formation in football right there.
Play clock down to 3. Raines will kneel it with 1:06 to go. One more snap, maybe 2 if Fred uses his last timeout. I don't know why you would. Broken Arrow is going to move to 2-0 with a convincing 14-0 win. Union put up 624 yards a week ago. Tonight, just 104.
That's what's unbelievable. That's just great defense. This gives me such great promise for the season.
Broken Arrow coaches come behind us. It's time for a twister. Jake Raines takes a knee, and Broken Arrow beats Union 14-0. A convincing win for the #1 Tigers.
Oh, what a great win. What a great win. Good football game.
You never know how the first half was going to go. Kind of sloppy on both sides. We get to halftime. The Tigers clean some things up, fire off 2 touchdown drives.
That's right, absolutely.
The defense was nails, and the Tigers are going to go back to Broken Arrow all 6 or 7 miles with a 14-0 win.
A hard-fought, really good football game. I love the strategy in it. I tell you, people can say, oh, man, it's just 14-0, you know, but God, there was a lot battling in there, a lot of strategy in there.
Let's take a timeout. We'll have the post-game stats and the wrap-up for you coming up after this. Broken Arrow 14, Union nothing. Post-game show after this. You're listening to Tiger Football.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordBA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordBA.com, only in Broken Arrow.
With kids, life is one big adventure. That's why you need a strong financial partner you can count on, like TTCU Federal Credit Union. Right now, you could get $150 when you open a new TTCU checking account. And every time you use your School Pride debit card, TTCU donates to schools. What better way to make a difference? Checking account? Why not call it your living account? TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back to Union-Tuttle Stadium, where the Broken Arrow Tigers moved to 2-0 on the season with a 14-0 win over Union. Final stats look like this. Total yards, 277 yards for BA, 104 for Union. Tigers got 178 yards passing from Jake Raines. He was 4 of 7. 1 touchdown, no interceptions. JD Geneva for Union, 6 of 16, 26 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. 26 passing yards, 78 rushing yards for Union. Penalties were a big factor in this one, but for both teams, 8 for 66 yards for BA, 9 for 45 yards for Union. Tigers, 3 of 11 on third down after starting 1 of 8. Union just 1 of 10 on third down and 0 for 2 on fourth downs. Time of possession, Tigers controlled at 28:58 to 19:02. And Broken Arrow had 5 sacks tonight, Spav.
I know.
It's been a long time since Broken Arrow had 5 sacks, even against some of the teams from the west side.
I know. I mean, if you could just say one thing about this game, or say 3 things, you would say defense, defense, defense.
Absolutely.
Man, were we impressive. I'm telling you, that's a good football team. We just dominated defensively. Run the ball, sacks, coverage, turnovers, field position. It was just unbelievable. Unbelievable game. A really tough fought game. Unbelievable.
Union last week put up more than 600 yards at Lake Ridge in a 47-44 loss. And so we thought this one had the chance to be a shootout, especially with Jake Raines firing those bombs last week. And
absolutely.
The Tiger offense moving it. I told a number of folks earlier today, a 2-touchdown Broken Arrow win, and I didn't see it being 14-0. I'll tell you that much.
No. Well, you know, I tell you, they came up the second half, and then what Coach Wilkinson decided to do was their safety's going to come downhill. Let's just go one-on-one on the outside. They're not running any combination routes or anything of that nature. It's just one-on-one, my cat versus your cat. And Union is very uncertain at that position because they're running in 4 corners in such a crucial position. You've got to have 4 corners. But if you're going to have to do that, then you're going to need to have a safety over top of it. You know, you're going to have to find something to help them out, but they wouldn't help them out. So we just took advantage of that. And I tell you what, I'm excited on that.
Tiger defense did such a good job on JD Geneva. He had more than 2,500 yards for Coweta last year. 31 touchdowns, had a big game, 5 touchdowns last week. And, you know.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns.
He got kind of snake bit by some drops on some catchable balls. But those interceptions that he threw, boy, I mean, the 2 that he threw and then 1 that Slusher dropped were not good decisions.
No, you're absolutely right. And then the defensive pressure. I mean, we didn't have the blitz, but that defensive pressure forced him up in the pocket and delayed his throw, and that just allows you to have better coverage. And I tell you, that was just a combination of everything. I mean, defense was really superb tonight.
Dive into some of these stats as you try and figure out just those hidden differences. Third downs, average distance to go 8.3 yards for Broken Arrow, 10.3 for Union. So behind the chains all night, Broken Arrow would like that 8.3 number to be about 2.3 instead of 8.3. So not anything to brag about for BA offense, but that defense to have Union at home behind the chains for an average on third down. I mean, that's just a very complete performance.
Oh, there's no doubt. I'm curious to see how our offensive line actually played on film. You know, their D line was really good, and they did a lot of movement up front. I'm curious to see how we grade out on the offensive line, because having three players that haven't played before, you know, until now, you know, and you're seeing movement live for the first time, it could be a lot of difference. And that's going to be a great learning process for us as well, because now we've seen it. Now when you play Owasso, if they're going to start doing it, we have seen it. We're going to get better at it. So I'm really curious to see how we play there.
Broken Arrow 2-0 on the year after a convincing 14-0 win. The Tigers will be back home a week from tonight. 7 o'clock kickoff at the Woodshed for the Folds of Honor Patriot Bowl, driven by Jim Glover Auto Family. We're going to have a pregame flyover from the Tulsa Warbirds, so make sure you're in your seats early for the national anthem. We have a number of just really cool things planned for you, and somebody is going to get a chance to win a Jeep Gladiator.
That's awesome. I tell you what, that Folds of Honor is just something really cool that they're doing right now. And working with Jim Glover, it's just something we've always needed in that game. We wanted that game to be important, but we never really had the right sponsor or whatever needed, but this is just really something special.
Folds of Honor, of course, providing scholarships for kids and spouses of our fallen and disabled heroes. Couldn't think of a more worthy cause.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I'm looking forward to the Owasso game. I think it's going to be a great football game. Both teams are going to be 2-0, and not knowing how much what competition they actually played, but typically Fayetteville and even this Bentonville West are pretty good teams. Curious to see how well they are, you know, Owasso, and how they can play. So it's going to be a really important game for us. We'll see how physical they can be.
If you're sticking with us this long into the post-game show, you can be one of the first to enter the contest to win that 2020 Jeep Gladiator, a 2-year lease. You can enter at foh.org/Patriot Bowl. foh.org/Patriot Bowl as we help raise money to support Folds of Honor. It's going to be incredible. Spav, we're going to have trucks on the field. It's going to be like the Dr. Pepper at the SEC Championship. We're going to have people throwing footballs into truck windows, and then somebody's going to get a shot to win a 2-year lease on that Jeep Gladiator. So we're going to have an Owasso fan and a Broken Arrow fan competing. And wow,
how special is that?
There's some stuff that we're working on that we can't talk about yet, and it's just going to be the most patriotic football game in the country. And both teams will have their home uniforms on to symbolize that we're on the same team when it comes to supporting our heroes. It's just going to be incredible.
But, you know, it's that time of year. That's why you love football, for things like that. Just love football. I'm flying out in the morning real early. Got to go see my boys. So, more importantly, my grandkids. So.
Well, Wyoming's on my list, so tell Texas State to put it on them for us, would you?
Yeah, I wish they could, but they're in that year where they've got to develop.
We'll see. The spotter tonight was Mr. Sean Morgan, Terry Sprider, and Nolan Couch engineering and directing our ArrowVision broadcast. Kenneth Rumsey, the man on the ones and twos, back in the sports animal. Steve Spavital and Ryan Wyckoff. I'm Charlie Hannema saying good night from Union-Tuttle Stadium, where the #1 Broken Arrow Tigers win 14-0.
This ArrowVision broadcast is copyrighted by Broken Arrow Public Schools for the private use of our audience. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the expressed written consent of Broken Arrow Public Schools.